was the president was a guy named John Ryan. And there's never been a better college president. And the athletic director was a guy named Bill Orwick, who had played and coached at Michigan. And there had never been a better athletic director than he was. And so I went in right away with two people that I really liked. Indiana had a little bit of a history of breaking a lot of rules in recruiting before I got there. And I remember talking it over with Bill. And I said, now, wherever I coach, the rules are going to be important. And I think that's what he wanted too. And so that's how I got started with both of them.
The rules and your kids going to class. I went to Indiana University, so I guess I should have started with that in the interview. But I know that in big lecture halls, the only attendance that was taken in classes that I was in were your players.
Yeah, they're scared to death. They're damn right. You know, they didn't want to face me having cut class.
I know you're a goal maker. What were your goals going into your start there at Indiana?
Well, I'm not sure there was anybody in the state of Indiana before I went there that could play defense. I don't think there's a person in Indiana that could play defense.
That ever put on the red and white.
That could have even spelled the word.
And so you show up there, and you're talking about defense. You've got this motion offense. It wasn't a high-flying offense. This wasn't something where the scoreboard's lighting up like a pinball machine. But in year two, in March of '73, you end up in the Final Four. I mean, year two, you've got this Big Ten school, and you're still a young guy in the Final Four, and you face the great UCLA Bruins and John Wooden.
Well, I've never been a Wooden fan. You know,
now that's like almost heresy.
And not to me, it isn't. You know, Wooden had a guy named Sam Gilbert. Are you familiar with that name?
Yes.
I'm glad you are.
I am.
And
he kind of did the dirty work.
Not kinda.
Okay.
Sam Gilbert was the #1 recruiter for UCLA. I have a lot of respect for Wooden as a coach, how he coached. He was a good coach. But from then on, I don't mind saying it, I don't respect Wooden because he allowed Sam Gilbert to do whatever it took to recruit kids. And one time he told me, he said, I just didn't know how to deal with Sam Gilbert. And I'm saying to myself, well, I damn sure should have dealt with him. And personally, I like John, you know, as a person. But the whole UCLA, it isn't just John, it's a whole UCLA approach to recruiting. I think that John was called in and told he didn't have to worry about recruiting, that they had people that would take care of that for him. And that's coming from people that really know the circumstances.
So for you to get to that position in year two, in the Final Four is a tremendous accomplishment considering where Indiana was before you showed up. I mean, that's got to be, of all the things that you've accomplished in your career,